But others, some of the older men were born in the 1750s. And what was interesting to me in the little bit of research that I did is that some of the ones buried in Parma lived very long lives. They were hard workers. William Henry, for whom Henry Street is named, right here where we're in Henry Street right now, the community center. He was a Revolutionary War veteran. He was born in 1759. He lived till 1848. He was 90 when he died. I think it was 1758 he was born. Yeah, he was 90. And another gentleman in Hoosick was 89. And this is in years before penicillin and a lot of the creature comforts that we enjoy today. These people were walking long distances, probably all that walking was good. And they were the ones that settled up here. They had farms and they probably ate well. But it amazes me that even back then, uh, they could live a long life. And you hear so much infant mortality and early death among people. Plus, the war itself took out an awful lot of younger men and boys.
Are there any historical landmarkers recognizing Revolutionary War veterans around Parma?
Not too many, but we have some coming forth. One has not gone up yet, but it's one that'll be put up this spring in the Wright Cemetery, and that will honor Noah Downs. Noah Downs was a Revolutionary War veteran who settled over on the Dunbar Road, and he was in Sullivan's campaign. And that's when George Washington engaged General John Sullivan to come up through the Susquehanna and move the Seneca Indians out of this area, because the Seneca Indians, the Seneca Native Americans, were siding with the British, and they had caused a lot of trouble for settlers, scalping them and shooting them and so forth. And they needed to be moved westward. And I know there's a lot of conjecture on that we were the aggressors, but it's history. It's what happened, and we're here. And it was a very difficult time. But Noah Downs was on that Sullivan's campaign, and he's buried in the Wright Cemetery. And he is mentioned in that historic marker. There may be others. I don't think there's one for William Henry, but we're thinking about. That's one of the initiatives that we're doing this year, is to make sure that these patriots, as we call them, that they're honored.
Now, there was no internet and there's no TV. How did news travel at that time?
Well, a lot of news didn't travel. When there was a battle in America and England won or lost, it took probably 2 months to get the news back to the British. And it's hard to conceive how things happened. They did not do much fighting in the winter. But the British Army lived in New York and in New Jersey, and they took all of the homes and things, and they foraged, stole a lot of cattle and things out of the farms. So they were living high in the hog all winter long. Well, George Washington and his army were suffering down at Valley Forge with very little uniforms. The Congress of the United States, there was no money here. And to get people to fight, to pay them, to encourage them, it was just an impossible job almost. And that's why we give Washington so much credit through his leadership and his diplomacy. He was amazing how he got the war done. And that's why he's so revered today, even though there are things about him that weren't the greatest, but in this particular instance, he rose above.
The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find